Hi everyone, this is Cyrus for bestebookreaders.com. Today I'm showing you Kindle Fire HDX 8.9 and then the iPad Air 9.7-inch iOS 7 device. Both of these devices are awesome actually. One of them is for people who love the Amazon ecosystem, all the goodies that Amazon has. One of them is for iOS 7 fans. And what I can tell you is the displays are pretty similar. I mean, the Kindle HDX does have a higher PPI, and we're talking about 2560 to 1600, and the iPad actually has a 2048 to 1536. So, and this has only 1 gig of RAM. That's 2 gigs of RAM. Has a quad-core processor. There's an A7 plus M7, so optimized for gaming. And as far as all the other features go, it really depends on what you need. You have the Silk browser here. You have this Safari browser here, and you can go through them and see which one is faster. My preference is the iPad, but the Kindle Paperwhite also has a lot. Kindle Fire, I should say, sorry about that, has a lot going for it. Now if you test the same application, the same website on both of them, let's see. So let's just go and do both of them at the same time to see how they work. I mean, this is just a silly test, I would say, but let's just do it anyway. Let's try both links at the same time. Let's see. These stories are similar, so let's go. So you be the judge which one is faster. My goal is not here to say. You really need to actually be more scientific than just trying what I did there. I just wanted to show you guys, and I showed you also the Geekbench numbers. Again, you have to be more scientific in your approach of measuring the performance. It's not just that. But what I like about the iPad Air, and one of the things is, even though it's a larger display, you really, when you put them next together, I mean, the difference is not really that huge. I mean, it's really, I mean, if you compare the other iPad, I mean, that's a huge difference because the way Apple has actually made this more compact. And now it's so compact that when you put it next to an 8.9-inch tablet, the difference doesn't look huge. Whereas if you compare, let's say, this is the iPad 3. So let's compare that, right? So this is your iPad 3 versus Kindle Paperwhite. You can see clearly that, I mean, you can see that one of them is a larger tablet, and that's what we've come to expect from Apple tablets. But when you put these two together now, I mean, the difference is not really that huge. It's like you're buying the same size device, whereas I mean you get a larger display. So it's one of those things that I like about the iPad Air a lot, and I can't emphasize this enough. The difference between the iPad Air and previous iPads is really huge. Not just performance, we're not talking about A7 plus M7, not talking about silly stats, we're talking about the design and the size and the weight. I mean, everything just improved a lot. And Apple has done a good job. I'm really not sure if I want to buy an iPad mini now because it just, I mean, it's so compact, and why pay another $399 when you already have a good tablet in $499? As far as the Kindle Paperwhite, Kindle Fire HDX, you have the buttons now here. Whereas if you remember the Kindle Fire HD, the smaller one, the buttons were at the side, the top or bottom, top actually. So really the difference as far as the position of buttons here, this is the first actually Kindle Fire HDX Kindle Fire HD 8.9 that I'm testing. I didn't think the last one actually was worth the price. Now you can get it for cheaper, so you want to check that out. You have a pretty awesome camera as well. If I look at the camera stats, you have an 8 megapixel camera, so that's actually better than what you get on your iPad. But then again, I personally prefer using a DSLR than a tablet to capture photos. So I hope you enjoyed this short review. One thing before I go that I should cover actually is, let me show it to you. So if you go, so when you're holding your tablet like that, if you go and see here the Mayday button, that's when you can actually connect to a Amazon customer service representative and ask questions. Now I'm not going to do that. I've seen some video other YouTubers have done that. You need to ask them whether you have permission to actually record them, because you could get in trouble, legal trouble. Not that Amazon is going to sue anyone, but the fact is they don't see you, you see them, and if you put it on a YouTube video, you could end up having problems. So that's something to think about, and I really don't want to get myself in trouble. But you do know that if once you tap that button, there's going to be a connection made, and you get in touch with someone to help you out, and you see them, they guide you through the process. So that's something that Amazon has done that I really like. And as far as keeping these tablets, I probably gonna keep both of them for testing in the future. But if you are going to buy one, I do encourage you to actually wait a little bit to see what Nexus 10 is gonna look like, and then make your decision then. So I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please go to bestebookreaders.com.